And we welcome you back to the University Credit Union halftime score. Ignore that score, however, because that one is about 11 points off in both cases. It's a 38-37 ball game. I'm Barry Tompkins, and it's a pleasure to be joined by a special guest sitting alongside me, CLARA VULPIsi. And CLARA, you are, of course, on this water polo team here at Pacific. But not only that, you have a lot of credit in the game. You're a member of the 2020 Canadian Olympic water polo team.
Yeah, I was part of the Canadian national team when we went to Tokyo in 2021.
And tell me about that experience and what that did for you coming back and playing here at Pacific.
It was definitely, it might sound cliche, but once in a lifetime opportunity. I think playing at that level and at that stage really puts in perspective what the sport can do for you and how much it brings you. A lot of people talk about journey, and I think that's what the Olympics was. It wasn't really about those 2 weeks in Tokyo, but so much more about what brought us to that moment. And coming back here and just being able to bring the knowledge that I gained from that experience to my team and to be welcomed with open arms has been really, really awesome.
Well, it's really showing in the pool, too. Your season has already started.
Yes.
And the only teams you've lost to so far this year are nationally ranked teams.
Absolutely, yeah. We're off to a really good start. We're really, really excited. It's been a very unique season. We have a lot of newcomers, but we often talk about having a lot of experience, regardless of it not being in the NCAA. All of our starters are international, which is very, very unique to the water polo program here. So it's been definitely a different perspective coming into this year.
Well, and needless to say, it could really pay dividends if you're really the team that you might be looking forward, because the national championships are going to be right here.
Absolutely. We are super excited to be hosting, and I think that really speaks to the kind of program we have, and we have this name we call ourselves Water Polo U, and I think that's for a good reason. Like both of our teams on the women's and the men's side do so well. So to host that tournament of that caliber this year, we're really looking forward to it, hoping that we can be in it.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, the men now have a program here that was non-existent before.
Exactly, yeah. So we're just trying to navigate that, obviously. So we need to beat, obviously, quite a few good teams that are all nationally ranked to get to the tournament this year. So we're really heading into conference season and really focusing in on that last stretch.
All right, I want to talk to you about the fact that you do a lot beyond the pool and beyond being a student athlete here at Pacific. And I think this is starting to be the norm more, particularly in women's sports.
Absolutely.
So talk about some of the things that you're involved with outside the pool, trying to help athletes, not just women athletes, but athletes in general.
So I'm very, very involved in SAC, which stands for the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. So I'm part of our SAC here on campus at the conference level with the WCC, and I'm also our WCC rep for our national SAC. So that experience has been incredible. I've been to the NCAA headquarters quite a few times this year to be a part of meetings, in-person meetings. I went to NCAA convention, and being a part of that room where we've talked about so many incremental changes that we need to see, not only so far, but moving forward, has been huge. So, we talk about mental health, we talk about resources, we talk about opportunity, and I think it's just understanding that the student-athlete voice needs to be heard in order to make those changes and that progress.
Yeah, and you mentioned mental health, and that's something that was always almost taboo, swept under the rug. You don't talk about this kind of thing. And there have been a number of events, not only in women's athletics, but in men's athletics as well in recent years.
Absolutely.
That really have brought that to the fore. And it's really terrific to see somebody like yourself and the people that you're with actually talking about this and trying to do something about it.
Oh, absolutely. I think even from the time I was a freshman in 2018 to now, I think it's wild how much progress has been made in just understanding the concept of mental health and understanding that it's not something that we can just let go of, because it's so honestly intertwined in our experience as student athletes, especially in sports. We have so much pressure come onto us at the national level and on being on that stage. So just understanding that it's a constant fight to have more acknowledgement of what we go through.
CLARA, it's just been terrific having you here. I want to wish you continued success, and really, you're somebody who kids who are coming up now are going to be playing at this level can look at you and say, there's somebody who's really doing something. It's great.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was great to have you. CLARA VULPIsi, she is the goalie. You are the goalie, right? Yes, on the women's water polo team here at Pacific, but she's doing a lot more than that. Remember the name. You'll be hearing it.